So the real estate markets are still on fire right now, right? Prices going up, interest rates still low, a lot of volume going on. But just like in 2005, when all this stuff started going up, that's a buzzword that's going around in the real estate investor community and just real estate in general. Foreclosures, 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 right? When is it going to happen? So today I want to go over with you some of the things that you need to keep an eye on, especially right now during this current climate as we're approaching the end, prayerfully, of this pandemic. Foreclosures. What do you need to look for? How do they work? What are some of the challenges in dealing with them? That's what I want to go over today. Let's do it. Greetings, class. It's Kris Haskins with therealestateroundup.com. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. So today I just wanted to kind of share with you all the stuff that's leading up to this big foreclosure market that's bound to happen, right? I can say that because I've been in the business since 2004. When you've been doing something for a long time, you can kind of see patterns, things coming, going, activity, all that stuff. What's happening now and further, I want to share with you how you can benefit from it. I need you to go out there and seize this opportunity. Oh man, I haven't seen anything like this. It's been quite a while, okay? So the first thing let's look at, I just want to share with you the current market where I'm at in the Hampton Roads area. Take a look at this. Our active listings are down 40%. Just last year it was 6,000, over 6,000 listings. Now we only have 3,800 active listings on the market, right? Pending sales up 40%. Median sales price, look at this, round up. Median sales price up 11%. That may not sound like a lot, but if you think about it, on a $300,000 house, last year you were selling it for $300,000. Today you're selling it a year later for $333,000. You're gonna get a big bump like that. Man, that is big. Whew. It's a big jump. What I've learned, whenever you got big ups, you already know how it works. You got big downs too, right? Settle sales, new construction sales, all that. So our market is on fire, and the clients that I'm dealing with, my clients all around the country, generally speaking, all markets are hot right now. Why is that? Why is that? Interest rates are low and inventory is low. You know how this works. Everybody learned in school. When inventory is low, demand goes up, does what to prices? Pushes it up, pushes it up. But it's bound to come down. And today I want to just kind of go over some of the numbers that I'm seeing. I'm nervous. On the other hand, I'm excited because I want to take advantage of all this stuff that's happening right now in this pandemic as we get out of it, right? So CoreLogic is stating that, they're one of the biggest list aggregators in the business. They supply all of the regional, local, statewide data, big data for all of your realtors to go pull listings, comps, mortgage information, all that stuff. They're reporting, look at this, it's almost delinquencies, 30-day or more delinquent mortgages up almost 50%, right? In 2009, it was 3.8%. Now, as we pass in 2020 and beyond, 6.3%. That's a lot of people behind on mortgages. A lot of people behind. And on top of that, we've got the government with this temporary mortgage relief due to the coronavirus. Look at what they're doing. Deadlines for federally backed mortgage foreclosures. Lenders and loan servicers may not foreclose on federally backed loans until after February 2021, right? So all this stuff is like a powder keg, just building, 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 building. Who knows how this is going to end up? But we need to be in a position to serve our community, help a lot of people, and make a few dollars while we are doing it. Now, the government is saying if you have these specific loans, then you have to get assistance. If you ask for help, servicers have to offer forbearance options. That's basically where you don't have to make any payments. And now they're not even going to make you, from what I'm reading, they're not even going to make you make up the back payments. Perhaps they'll put it on the end of the loan, or they may just wipe it away. We don't know how these lenders are going to get out of this stuff. So if you have a loan that's backed by the FHA, HUD, reverse mortgage, VA, that's going to be Veterans Administration, USDA, Fannie Mae, or Freddie Mac, you are entitled to get some type of loan assistance if you can't make your mortgage payment, right? So this stuff just building up, building up. So what I feel is the main challenge with dealing with all these foreclosures coming and people being able to access it is lack of knowledge. It's lack of knowledge, right? What do you do? What do you do? So according to National Association of Realtors, 88% of buyers use a realtor to buy a house, right? So that leaves only 12% of us investors and other people that are buying properties for sale by owner from a friend or family member or auction, right? We're going right to the auction. And today we're going to talk about this foreclosure auction stuff. You have to know this. There's very few books that's even teaching this. That's why today I'm putting together a foreclosure training module for you. If you go to the link in the video description, you can sign up for that. There's going to be an email. You can put your email in so you'll know when we will be releasing that. But over the next few weeks, I think it's imperative for you to understand how foreclosures work. You got to know what you're doing. This is not for amateurs. I can tell my phone's starting to ring. I'm getting more emails. People are calling me, Kris, I see a house coming to foreclosure. Can you show me how to do that? I got a house I'm watching. The auction is next week, next 2 weeks. Can you help me with this auction? I'm getting calls from all around the country. I can see it heating up. This happened several years back too. People started calling. Now I'm seeing it's crazy because I can see trends, right? People calling. So I decided to put together a full, in-depth training module to put my over 15, 16 years of real estate experience into a course to show you how to go out there and buy a house at the foreclosure auction. If you go to the link in the video description, there's an email you can sign up so you'll just be notified as we progress to that. And I'd love to be able to stay in touch with you so I can ask you questions about what you would like to see in that training product, right? So lack of education, it's just lack of education is the main challenge with when we're dealing with foreclosures, right? 88% of buyers use a realtor, 89% of sellers say are using realtors. So that only leaves a small percentage of people that even know how to go to the auction. So let's talk about some of the things that we need to know as we're looking at buying a house at the auction. The main thing is the position of the mortgage that is foreclosing. The main thing is the position. So the most desirable loan that we want to bid on at one of these auctions is the first mortgage. The first mortgage. What does that mean, Kris? Well, if you buy a property from the courthouse steps and you bid on the first mortgage, they wipe out any, they call it junior liens away. They wipe them completely away, right? So you buy it, let's say the first is 80,000, the second is 40,000, and the third's 10,000, right? If you bid on that 80, I'm gonna wipe this one away. Now what happens is you have to understand this. We're gonna get to all this stuff here. If the second mortgage is foreclosing, say that's that 40,000, right? If they're foreclosing, if you win the bid, you still have to deal with the first. Now let's remember what a foreclosure is. All it is the bank exercising their unobstructable right to take back a property and offer it for public sale. So you can take back the property with a second. You can take back the property with a third. I like that word take. They're gonna take it back. Unobstructable, can't stop it. Unless you file bankruptcy or sue the bank. I mean, there's certainly some ways around that, which I don't want you to be dealing with right now. Lien position. You bestest be buying first position notes only. Kris, how do we know what position lien is foreclosing? Well, we're gonna have to do a title search. How many title searches are out there? Do we need to do a full 60-year title search? No, we're only gonna do a one owner back title search. Now, this is gonna be, once again, that my foreclosure training is going to be spread out over time. So much data, I can't sink it into one video, right? Your title search is going to tell you what mortgage or lien position that lender is foreclosing on. You have to have it. Now, do you have to do a full title search? No. One owner back, right? You got to do that. Where are these houses located and where is the auction located, right? So you'll see here in my example, every one of these foreclosures is going to be public record. Going to be publicized in some type of publication, right? So you have to find out in your town. We pulled one here from the internet from, what is this, Roanoke. The address here is 949 Hartsook Boulevard. That's a correct, Hartsook. And you can see that's the address of the house. And then you look down here, the address of the auction is 315 Church Avenue. That's where the auction is. Where are they holding these auctions? You have to know where they're holding it. First, you got to find the property and then find out where the auction is. We gotta know this stuff. So this is one of the things. It's all publicized. So you can just Google trustee sales in your state or in your town, sheriff sales, foreclosure sales. They'll all come up. Okay. Title search. Where are they going to be located? The winning bid. The winning bid. What happens at the winning bid, right? Do you have 2 days? Do you have 7 days? I know here in Virginia, we've got 14 days to come up with the remainder of the money, right? So what happens after you win that bid? Some states you have to come up with all the money right there. So which one is it for you? We're going to help you find out that as well. The winning bid. What do you do? What do you do at closing? Down payment or your earnest money deposit. There's so much stuff you just have to know. There are no courses. I'm like, where do you learn this from? I had to learn it from doing it. I had to learn it from doing it. Down payment or your earnest money deposit, right? You show up, you got the trustee there, you're looking at him, he's looking at you, reading out all this stuff. No doubt you have no idea what it is. He's just reading it out, all this jargon. Earnest money, your down payment, who do you make it payable to? Do you bring a cashier's check, make payable to the trustee? What if you lose the bid? Then you have another auction tomorrow. You got a cashier's check made out to that trustee. Tomorrow's a different trustee. Do you have to go back to the bank, get a new cashier's check? All that stuff. What do? You're going to make it out to your name, sign it over. Do you make it out to the lender? How do you operate on that thing, right? So your down payment, very serious, because they won't even let you bid unless you have certified funds right there on the spot. That's how it works. You have to have certified funds. They won't let you bid. What increments of certified money do you need to have? You got to have your earnest money when you show up for that auction. Sign a piece of paper. They say, let me see your money, right? Don't even come on. Don't even holler at me if you ain't got no money on you, right? How do you handle that stuff? Occupancy. I remember a deal that we did recently. Well, not recently. Unfortunately, I haven't been to I feel like I'm having withdrawal. I haven't been to a foreclosure auction. It's been almost a year since I haven't been to a foreclosure auction since February 2020. I'm having withdrawal, I need to get back to the auction, but I don't want anybody to feel that I don't want anybody to think that I'm wishing ill will or anything bad. I want you to keep your house. I want you to keep your house. If you so happen to have to go through the foreclosure process, we will try to help you as much as possible, right? We're servants in our community. Occupancy roundup, occupancy. I bought a house, had a squatter in it, right? Bought the property, guy doesn't want to move out. I made the deal, I call it the deal with the devil. You can't just go kick him out, change the locks, boot him out, cut the utilities off. No, they can sue you. They can come after you. Even a squatter doesn't have a lease, right? Made a deal with the devil with him, went over to the property. This man stole the siding off my house, Took the siding. I'm like, good Lord. You just don't know what's going to happen with the residents that are living in the property. Is it an owner occupant? Is it a tenant? Is it a squatter? Is it a family member? Is it a friend? Got to find that stuff out. How do you interface with these people? Insurance. What happens if you win the bid, you give your $20,000 earnest money, and the house burns down overnight? What are you going to do? So much stuff you got to cover. You see what I'm saying? You have to know all this stuff. You got to get insurance the moment you win the bid. You have to get insurance right now. Why? Because you've got money out and you need to have an insurance policy on that property soon as you win, right? You win the bid, you're driving home, you're on the phone with the insurance company. We're going to show you that, cover that too. Repairs. How do we estimate repairs on a foreclosure? I remember taking one of my coaching clients, obviously driving, looking at different houses, and he goes, Kris, when do we get the keys to go inside? We had won the bid. And he asked me, when do we get the keys to go inside the house? My friend Charles, I'm like, okay. Once again, this is not for newbies. You ain't getting no keys to go in no foreclosure, right? You have to estimate the repairs based on renovating everything in the property or tearing it down. So we bought a house where we knew we were just going to tear it down. Bought them where I knew I had to renovate the entire inside. So basically, when you won't be able to estimate repairs. You buy these based on everything having to be having to be renovated, everything, okay? And redemption rights, we don't have these in Virginia, but round up, some states have redemption rights. That's where the borrower or the homeowner gets to come back and redeem that mortgage. He was behind, let's say $20,000, he loses the bid, somebody buys the house at the auction, he gets to come back and say, hey, I got my $20,000, I want my deed back. So redemption rights, how do you get around that? you can negotiate redemption rights with the seller too. You can go in there and buy them. Here's X amount of dollars for you to let go of your redemption rights. We're going to show you how to negotiate that. You got to know everything. I remember in college studying all night with a study group. One of my classmates had fallen asleep around 2 or 3 in the morning. We kept studying the group until 5, 6, 7 in the morning. She woke up. She goes, "Man, what do you think we need to know on this test?" And the answer, I remember, everything. You got to know everything. You know, don't even ask me. I'm like, dude, we was up all night studying. You fellas, we're walking in the classroom. You got to know everything. You have to cover all this stuff when you're getting into buying foreclosures. This is not for amateurs. It's not necessarily for newbies going in by themselves. Loan position. Why is it? 88% of the buyers use a realtor, so it's only 12 of us, 12%. And out of that 12%, you can chip away FISBOs and all that. So round up, make sure you sign up for notifications for my foreclosure training that we're working on right now. I would love to hear from you. What would you like to see inside of that foreclosure training? Put it in the comments below. And make sure you take a second to subscribe to the channel. I got to get my weightlifting on, y'all. We're weightlifting on. Foreclosures are coming up. I want you to be in a position to exercise your right for success. Don't participate in any type of recession. I don't want to participate. Like this content, share with any other investors that are looking at getting in the business or learning how to do foreclosures. It's going to be a big one, y'all. Okay. Kris Haskins, I'll see you at the next video. Talk to you soon. Peace.